Okay, the larger scale is infinity and the smaller scale is zero. And of course, we reduce them to finite amounts so we can understand them. But to me, the really interesting point about the Ouroboros, the top of the Ouroboros, is that is where infinity meets zero. Now, the symbol of the Ouroboros is like a zero, you remember. But the symbol which Sadhguru used is, of course, the symbol of infinity. And I came across your representation of that on the website somewhere. It's a beautiful image. In fact, I think I even showed it briefly at the beginning of my talk. But I'm not sure if it was intended, but to me, that was a fascinating thought, because it shows that, in some sense, infinity is zero. And that's how the universe began, because from a physicist's point of view, the universe began in a vacuum. We don't know exactly what happened at the beginning of the universe, but in some sense, there was just pure energy. There was no matter, no form, no structure. So it just started out of a vacuum. And the vacuum, I suppose, corresponds to zero. But it also corresponds to infinity. Because from my perspective, at least, at the top of the Ouroboros, that may be the end of physics as we understand it. But actually, from my perspective, that is where mind and spirit come in. And so that from my perspective, if we want to have an extension of physics, it's there at the top of the Ouroboros that we're going to somehow find mind and spirit. And maybe from a cosmological perspective, that is where the universe has come from. Because if you believe that mind in some sense was prior to matter, you must find it there at the top of the Ouroboros, precisely where your zero and your infinity meet.